Sit. Come on, listen. We're back on the videos. We're doing the videos. You need to behave. Sit down. Right, sit. Sit. My God. What's he like?
Come here. Sit. Come here. Come here. Right. You're very silly. That's it.
Sit. You're going to say hello to the viewers? Tell them where we've been. Sit.
Sit down.
This week we're going to be doing the Wonder. Come here. Sit. Sit. Good boy. How are you going? Welcome back to the channel, and this week's episode is the final of the Nissan Patrol tray back build. So let's get into it. Let's have a look at the final bits of fabrication, and then we're going to do a full walk around showing the tray and the canopy. So you can see we are pretty much finished car. Drawers are now in. We do all the final fitment when it comes back. Just a little bit to weld on the front of the mudguard that's there. You can see we're taking the rear drawer out now. We've just got to go around, weld everything up. Good. This is another thing that we do. We have welds on the inside and outside of our mud guards. The reason for that is if we just welded one side, there's a lot more chance of a potential crack in the future. They are bolted to the front and rear boxes to prevent them from wobbling around. This is just a double preventative measure. Right, well that's everything welded up on the tray. We have everything now fully powder coated. The lids for the boxes, they're all painted body colour. The infill panels for the rear are all painted body colour. Draw face ready. We've got all the runners, we've got all the hinges. The chassis's now been raptored, so it's time to start assembling this together. What do you think, eh? Come on then. Come on. It's at this part of the build where we use all of the compounds between all the joints. So we use Duralac to go on anything that is stainless into aluminium or on any dissimilar metals. And we use some rubber gaskets underneath the main steel frame just to take a little bit of the vibration out that goes into the aluminium. These are the lights that we use for the reverse lights. It's a reverse light and a work light. They're really bright Australian import, just a good quality LED light. All of our lights are LED, that way they're future proofed. As I said on previous videos, this has got a second-hand canopy that came off the back of a classic Range Rover that belonged to myself that I built many years ago. You might see a few marks on the canopy as we go around. It's been used off-road and taken to many trade shows, hence to the marks. The customer who bought it is fully aware of this, and this is what I would call our Gen 1 canopy. We're now onto a Gen 2 canopy. I'm going to show you around it. What you would get today would be slightly different to what you see here. The design of how the canopy goes together on our newer builds is different. We've moved on to a new look, a new design. We've altered how the doors go into the body for a lot sleeker look. There's a new canopy, the Gen 2 being built for the Discovery. I'm going to do a full video of that, showing you the new look of the Gen 2 canopy. So let's have a good look around this build and show you the final pieces of fabrication. So this is the rear draw, let's take a look at that. We have 2 compression latches that hold it closed to the body. The compression latch pulls the drawer tight. In the case of the side lockers, it pulls the lid tight against the seal. What that means is the rear drawer will not rattle, and the side locker lid pulls against the seal and keeps it watertight. As we pull the drawer out, what there is on the inside is a locking mechanism. That means if we are parked on a hill, the drawer will not close on itself. So you can see I can apply an amount of pressure there and the drawer will not close. What you have to do is push the drawer past its click and then it would close. We have a ratchet system on the lid. What that means is we can open it wherever we like, and then to close it, we go all the way to the top and it closes in on itself. This has also got a compression lock, so that means it's pulling tight. But the other thing that we add is a gutter to the top of the drawer around the lid, so then water physically cannot track up and into the drawer. The whole drawer and its holdings are made from 5000 series aluminium. We use different grades of aluminium in different locations: 6000 series, 5000 series, 1000 series. Certain grades have got different corrosion properties, other has different strength, malleable properties. The drawer runners that we use, these are 250 kilo rated drawer slides. So that means as you're going down the road and you get your shock loaded, it isn't going to ruin the rear runners. I can physically push down on the back of the car and move the car on the drawer runner, and I'm not the smallest of guys, but what you can see there is there's a huge weight capacity in the rear drawer. The length of the rear drawers, the depth, that is all defined by implementations on the internal of the chassis. With this, the fuel tank's actually quite high and the rear suspension mounts. So they were our 2 limiting factors, which means the drawer has to be this size. These are the under storage boxes. They are same again, all 3mm aluminium construction. We actually tailor make them to the shape of the body, and it ties into the body really nicely. These have got exactly the same lock on the side as what is on the back. And the other neat feature that we have is the hidden fuel filler. These are made as big as we can physically make them. Same again, there are obviously the limitations of the chassis, the wheelbase, the wheel position. This one has got a really large 300mm internal storage area, so it's absolutely perfect for your ARB compressor, ratchet straps, spare oil, power steering fluid and that type of thing. These all have dual locking ability, every key matches and all of the locks are completely water sealed. One thing we always recommend to our customers is a spray of white grease inside the lock. Just give it that extra protection, the water that might get in there and cause it to seize. On the front side lockers, what we've added is an internal drawer. What this means is everything that's inside there is just looking at you, so it's easily accessible. These are quite a tricky, time-consuming thing to make, so it adds a bit of a cost to the side lockers. All of the lights that we fit on the vehicles are LED. There's no changing bulbs, they're future-proofed, they last. We've not seen a light blow yet. If they do, they're easy to swap out and we keep them in stock. We spend a long time getting lines on the body exactly the same all the way around, dressing welds out and making sure that the actual finished look, the fit up is absolutely perfect, tailor making things on the vehicle to make it look like the factory build. Take a look around the Canopy. As I said, we don't build them quite like this anymore, but we'll have a look. You can see this configuration here has 2 different doors, one that gives us access to the rear and the other at the front is the dog box. I don't know if you're aware of this, I have a few dogs, so this canopy, built for the back of my car, I'm always taking a dog with me somewhere. The actual design of the canopy, be it slightly changed on the outside, the construction's the same. This is aluminium hollow section frame, TIG welded together and then clad with aluminium sheet. Various different thicknesses in certain places to give us strength where we need it, and then different thicknesses in other places to give us weight reduction where we need it. One of the things that we do add that's really nice is we put a strengthener on the door. What that means is, as you can see, I can pull the door down on one corner and it doesn't flex. I have seen other canopies out there where there's a lot of flex in the doors. The reason we do this is to give our doors strength. It stops the flex. When you can stop the flex, that means it isn't flexing and it doesn't crack. Aluminium doesn't like to flex. It has very few fatigue properties. It bends one way easily. If you try to bend it back, it will crack. Not all aluminium's like that, but what we work with, it only likes to be bent. On the other side, we've got a full width door that opens. So you can see this side here is a full width door. Door configurations can be set up however you like them to be. We could have a dog box that went all the way across with access from both sides. Literally everything is completely tailor-made to the customer. There is nothing we can't do. You tell us what you want us to do and we will build it. This one's exactly the same. It's got the reinforcing at the top, so you can see even on a 2-metre opening door we've got a zero flex, meaning that we can close it from one side. Same again, there's no flex, there's no cracks. Same again on the inside. The majority of the times we leave it to the customer, but we can do full fit outs, anything that you like. This has had a Raptor coat on the inside. The reason I like Raptor is it's easy to touch up in the event of scratching it, and you can apply it yourself at home. I've gone on the inside with a white faced aluminium. The white faced aluminium allows the light to reflect off it and it makes the inside feel really bright. We have a switch panel with some charging points on there. This is going to the customer, and the customer who's bought the second-hand canopy is going to fit it out how he likes. These locks are exactly the same. Compression fixing on the side, exactly the same as on all of the locks, and every single key matches. So one key fits every lock on the vehicle. These are our universal mounts on the back. These can be adapted to take anything you like. Jerry can holder, high jack, spare wheel. They come with any type of bracket, and they're just a nice additional feature to the back of your canopy. So if you had your spare wheel underneath and you wanted to put a larger long-range fuel tank in for an overland build, you could then mount your spare wheel on the back. This particular vehicle is a body chop. So that means originally the spare wheel for this vehicle would have been on the back door, and the spare wheel will now be fitted to the back. I won't go into too much more detail, but you get the gist of how the canopy is and the lock mechanism, what we can do. I'll go into some more details on the next build, which will be the canopy build for the Discovery, and I'll show you some more footage of our later Gen 2 builds and the things that we do that are different. I'm pretty sure you'll agree the design choices that we've gone down and the subtle changes that we've made are really nice to the new style of canopy that we built. Right, Diesel. What did you think to that? Hey? Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope I went into enough detail. If there's something that you feel I missed, drop some comments down below and I'll look into that. If you want a tray back build, a canopy, something like this building, drop us an email, let us know. We'll get you an estimate sent over. What's coming next? Well, The Discovery's nicely moved along. There's an MOT on that car now. I've done some more footage and filming of that. I need to edit it and I'll get that put up. We've been really busy this year. I've always said this is not going to be a priority. Work is a priority, customers a priority. Without customers, we don't have work, we don't have a business. That said, I've got some really good content coming up. We've got some good fabrication videos for the people that like the fabrication. We've got some good vehicle builds coming up. We have a 79 series Land Cruiser import that's coming in. We're going to do a video on that. You know what to do if you like what we're doing. Hit that like button, subscribe. That way it lets you know when the next video is coming out. Summer's gone now, we're not on holiday, so the content will now be more free flowing. We definitely like doing the YouTube videos, and the plan of attack is to get out and actually do some filming of the vehicles being used, specifically the Discovery, but we've also got some other customers that are going to come on and we're going to do some filming with them as well. So thanks very much for watching, and we're going to see you on the next one.